Get out the way. Who got a watch? Who got the time? I'm raising the clock. Even in my feelings, grind don't stop. Got big dreams, want big rocks. I got plans, you got talk. Heard it's real cheap, but it's really gon' cost. I'm tryna get these ends, building empires with my friends. I'm about handling my business. No time for stress over bullshit. You think success is an option? I'm tryna get this shit poppin' like woo. Big moves, my rules. Y'all heavy on the tweeting. I'll disappear a whole season like woo. Who said they looking for me? I'ma make.
Hey DMarie TV family, everything I say in the video is alleged. It's in my opinion and it is for entertainment purposes only. This video depicting the assault of Cassie has been extremely disturbing. And this is something that we know happens in our society, but it happens behind closed doors, and very rarely are people able to see this, like to actually see the abuse taking place. It's so scary and just crazy to watch happen, but I'm glad the tape got out. I understand this is triggering for a lot of people, and I am going to show the video. So if it is triggering for you, be aware that I am going to show it. So either log off or just, don't look at the portion that is going to be showing the video. But I just want to speak to the fact that more and more today, we are starting to see women speak out against abuse. We are starting to see ways in which people push back against women who want to speak out against abuse. I'm a millimeter. I believe that one of our sole purposes in, supporting Melody Cherie was recognizing the abuses she was suffering and going through, and knowing that it was going to take a lot to support her. She has 4 children. Martell Holt is a narcissistic abuser, and we recognize that. And there were a lot of people who came against us, called us a cult, called us all kind of things because we wanted to support this woman. But there was no way that she was going to be able to afford armed security around her house without the support of the millimeters. Like, we know what it is that we're doing and how we're supporting and we're helping her. And we want to do that to protect her from her ex, who is Martell Holt, and we can clearly see this man is an abuser. Diddy is an abuser. Diddy is someone who everybody's known. We've grown up to artists who were produced by him. We've seen him on videos. This man has been in the forefront of the music industry to success. And he is someone who is also a narcissist, and he used his power and his ability to make people into stars to abuse people and cause people harm. He's been accused of SA multiple times over. He has been accused of trafficking, physical abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, drug abuse, like everything you can think of. And he has been adamantly denying these charges. But then the video drops. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys the video. And then when we come back, I want to show you his apology. And I want to speak to that. And I want to speak to how Diddy and his behavior mirrors Martell's behavior.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you gotta do that. I was fucked up. I hit rock bottom. But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy and go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
Diddy is not sorry, y'all. Last week, or the week before, he posted "Time Tells Truth." That insinuates that he's innocent. And now that this video has come out, I never got a good feeling about this video when I watched it at first. It creeps you out. But looking at this previous video, now this video just completely scares me. What did he do to her before he recorded this?
Gotta say now. What you gotta say now? What you gotta say now? You ain't got shit to say. When you put your girl on the snap.
Right after Cassie launched her complaint and it went public, Diddy released this statement. "Enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. Sean Diddy Combs." Now all of a sudden he's sorry. It's only because the tape came out that he is apologizing. Diddy has been accused of SA, I believe at this point 6 times. He is a part of civil complaints that have been launched regarding people who assaulted women in the past, and those women were given an opportunity in California and New York to come forth and file civil complaints against them. I did a video on this in December of 2023. If you guys have not had the opportunity to review that video, please go back and do so. It is full of information about the cases and the accusations against each of the people that you see listed here. This video was my monetization on this video was limited because I included a political figure, and you are not allowed to do that on YouTube. So they limited my monetization, but I don't care. Still go back and review the video because it's not about that. It's about spreading the word and letting people understand and know that this is something that is happening in abundance. It is not just wealthy people who do it. There are broke men who do this as well. Martell Holt is not a man with a lot of money. He is a man who had money and then he destroyed his family and then he lost it. But you can see the similarities between these two people easily. So this is something that's happening at all economic levels of society. It's happening in all different types of professions. It's happening with men and women. What is going to help reduce the instances of this is that people start to identify and to recognize abusers, and specifically narcissistic abusers, just because it seems that their abuse is more long-term and is something that is more menacing, and it is more stalking involved, more revenge more vindictive behavior. It is long-standing, it is ongoing, and it's a lot harder to unwind yourself from these people than it is a regular person. And so that's why these types of abusers happen to be especially dangerous. So the same way that we see Cassie walking down that hall barefooted as if she's in a horror film, sneaking and trying to be as quiet as she can so she can get away, and he comes barreling down that hall, that's something, that anger and that rage that he has, we've seen that numerous times with Martell, where Marceau's had to come in a room. The cameramen are literally in the room still filming, and Marceau had to pull Martell away from Melody because he was physically threatening to harm her. We've seen this time and time again where he's screaming at the top of his lungs with his muscles flexed, hovering over the women on that show. It's just, it was never a stretch to assume that he was physically abusive. He was accused of abusing his gutter snipe, and both of them were supposedly arrested for a domestic dispute. They got on camera and said it never happened. So, but we believe that it did. There are people who know these things are going on and they protect the abusers for whatever reason, because they went to college with them, they grew up with them, they're in some type of fraternity with them, they are business partners with them. For whatever reason, that anyone who knows a man is being abusive, you a bitch just like he a bitch. To be perfectly honest, you are the scum of the earth. This behavior has to stop. Women have to continue to speak up. You gotta call them out on anything. You gotta speak up. You gotta say something. If it's physical abuse, if they're threatening physical abuse, revenge porn, you gotta report it. You gotta leave a paper trail. You gotta talk about it, because so many times women deal with these things in silence, and a lot of times they end up unalived because they didn't have support, they didn't have the help they need, or people just didn't believe them. This is something that is happening in our society, and it's happening a lot. It's something that's been playing out on Love and Marriage Huntsville for 8 seasons now, and we've been screaming that this man needs to be off this show. He needs help. Mel needs support. We've been screaming that. The OWN network has done nothing. Carlos King has done nothing. And now we're starting to see Diddy is being accused over and over again of all kinds of things. And now we have the video to back it up. I believe Cassie when the lawsuit dropped, because who settles a $30 million lawsuit 24 hours after it's disclosed? In the court, that is not an admission of guilt. I'm not the court. It is and was an admission of guilt to me. He did not want it to come out, but he thought he could still bully her into shutting up. And this time she pushed through and she got her information out there. Some people didn't believe her, some did, but some of those who were naysayers are now coming back to apologize and say they were wrong. Peter Thomas of Real Housewives of Atlanta, Slim Thug, they're all coming back and saying, yo, we were wrong. I'm sorry. They're apologizing. Shine has released a statement. Other people, Kodak Black's attorney is releasing his released a statement. A lot of people have a lot of things to say about this, but people are just blatantly calling him out. And Diddy's career, it should be over. It really should. It should be over. This man is not an example to anyone. And for the other cases and the essays that he has to face, I hope at some point they find something that will stick from a criminal standpoint, because one thing we all know, these men should not be walking around free. They're threats to us in society. They're threats, because if they will treat anyone this way, they will continue to treat other people that way. It's a sickness. And an apology after the fact, only after the video comes out, means you're not sorry at all. If you were sorry, you would have been sorry and apologized when the lawsuit dropped, and you definitely would have said her name and apologized directly to Cassie. You are not sorry. You are not seeking help. This was not a dark time in your life. You are dark, period. You're a monster. And there are lots of monsters out there floating amongst us. And because of this show that we cover, Love and Marriage Huntsville, a lot of millimeters know exactly what those monsters look like. And to me, Martell Holt and Sean Diddy Combs are one and the same. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so that you're made aware every time I post a new video. Share the video, get these messages out, make sure everyone is aware and everyone sees this. We need to know what to look for when it comes to these type of animals. And I'll talk to you guys soon.
Get out the way. Who got a watch? Who got the time? I'm raising the clock. Even if my feelings grind don't stop. Got big dreams.